So today I'm going to start reading all of the books that Simon suggested that I read. So I'm going to start with Monk and Robot because I just came off of finishing Beloved for my last video and it was really took a lot out of me. That was so cool. My cat just caught and ate a fly. That's awesome. Hell yeah. I love that. No more flies in this house. Simon recommended me this book. It's supposed to be very like heartwarming and like a nice sci-fi. So I'm reading this because I just finished Beloved by Toni Morrison, which is like really emotionally draining to read. Beautiful, beautiful book. Highly recommend it. Definitely read it when you're in a good headspace because it will tear you down. So, yeah, I'm going to read A Monk and Robot, which is 2 books in one, which is a psalm for the wild built and a prayer for the crown shy. Going to Tennessee today, and I'm hoping that I can read this to my friend Holly. It would be good to go check up on her. I'm going to eat this peanut butter and jelly, and then I'm going to hit the road. Okay, see you in Tennessee. Oops, in Tennessee. I technically just finished the first book. So I just finished a psalm for the wild built, and now I'm on to a prayer for the crown shy. So almost exactly halfway through this book. And I just figured I'd talk about what I thought about a psalm for the wild built. So I will say I had really high expectations for this book. So it might be a little unfair of me to say what I'm about to say. I had a lot of trouble getting through the first book. I don't feel very fulfilled, I guess. I feel sleepy. The book was beautiful and slow. I guess I'm feeling disappointed. If I was going to come up with something to say about this book that I really enjoyed, I would say that I really liked the robot. I thought the robot was the most interesting character, even though it was like very typical, like very typical robot stuff. I thought the world building, as far as like, and the lore behind why the robots were doing what they were doing, was interesting to me. And I did like living in this fantasy world where everything's a little more environmentally friendly and people are a little freer in their gender expression and people aren't fucking evil. Yeah, I liked that it was a different way to think about the future because I think often books about the future are very bleak. And while I think that is probably more realistic than this is, it's nice to dream. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the whole first book was like 160 pages, and the first 40 pages were really a slog for me. It's tough because like I didn't hate this book, but I also like didn't love it. Like the parts that I loved were very short. And I guess that I wish that I came away from reading this book feeling like I got more from it. It just felt flat. I hope that Simon didn't underestimate the complexity that I typically gravitate towards in books. Like in this entire book, pretty much nothing happens. There's no real conflict other than the internal conflict that the character is having. And never really really gets resolved. It's kind of just talked about how like spoiler alert, because this is the whole point of the story, is that like humans are animals and they put a lot of pressure on themselves to like have purpose and like do something cool with their lives and like leave some kind of legacy, but like they really don't have to. And that's pretty much the whole lesson in the book. And I agree with that because I was really looking forward to reading this. It's part of the reason it's the first book that I read is because I was like, "Oh, I'm definitely going to like this one." I am sad that I didn't like this book. It feels weird. It feels weird to have read a whole book and not feel anything. I feel nothing. I feel bored almost. Hopefully, I will like the second book more than the first one, but I feel like that is unlikely since I didn't like the first book. So I guess that's what I have to say about this book. And I'm now moving on to the next book. Gonna keep reading. I just finished the second half of this and I liked it a lot better than the first one. I thought that it was more emotional. I thought that it was more complex. I liked that the main characters had been together for longer and had more rapport. I definitely appreciated it more. I gave the first one, A Psalm for the Wild Built, 3 stars on Goodreads. I would actually probably give it like 2.8 if I could do such a thing. But I'm going to give the second one a solid 4. So I definitely think that these two books should be read together. I know that the first book was very popular and a lot of people really liked it, but it just didn't do anything for me personally. But there was a little passage on page 140 that I thought was pretty beautiful. I'll give you a little context because this is even on the back of the book. Robots went into the woods and just stopped working because they wanted to. Like they gained consciousness and they decided that they didn't want to work for humans anymore. And humans were like, you know what? That's fine. We respect you, which is a crazy thing to do. Humans would never do that probably, but maybe in the future they would. And I hope that's the case if it ever gets to that where robots gain consciousness. They went into the woods and they just wanted to like observe nature and try to understand it. So that is the context for this quote I'm about to read you. Mosscap looked troubled. So how do you account for this paradox? What paradox? That you, Mosscap gestured at Dex, the creators of us, it gestured at itself, originally made us with a clear purpose in mind, a purpose inbuilt from the start. But when we woke up and said, we have realized our purpose and we do not want it, you respected that. More than respected. You rebuilt everything to accommodate our absence. You were proud of us for transcending our purpose and proud of yourselves for honoring our individuality. So why then do you insist on having purpose for yourself, one which you are desperate to find and miserable without? If you understand that robots' lack of purpose, our refusal of your purpose, is the crowning mark of our intellectual maturity, why do you put so much energy in seeking the opposite? Would you say that we have a purpose? Dex blinked. What's the purpose of a robot, sibling Dex? Mosscap tapped its chest. The sound echoed lightly. What's the purpose of me? You're here to learn about people. That's something I'm doing. That's my reason for being. When I'm done with this, I will do other things. I do not have a purpose any more than a mouse or a slug or a thorn bush does. Why do you have to have one in order to feel content? Because Dex itched at where this conversation had gone. Because we're different. Are you? Mosscap said flatly. And here I thought things had changed since the factory age. You keep telling me how humans understand their place in things now. We do. You don't, if you believe that. You're an animal, sibling Dex. You are not separate or other. You're an animal, and animals have no purpose. Nothing has a purpose. The world simply is. If you want to do things that are meaningful to others, fine, good, so do I. But if I wanted to crawl into a cave and watch stalagmites with Frostfrog for the remainder of my days, that would also be fine and good. You keep asking why your work is not enough, and I don't know how to answer that because it is enough to exist in the world and marvel at it. You don't need to justify that or earn it. You are allowed to just live. That is almost all animals do. You're talking like you should be wearing this instead. Mosscap opened the panel in its chest and pointed at the factory plate. Westcon Textiles inked. I think that you should definitely buy just the one book if you can, just because they definitely make a lot more sense together, I think, than just one at a time. That's my opinion on Monk and Robot. And now I'm going to move on to Snow Crash because I think this one's probably going to be a little more my speed. On to the next read. I'm 6 pages into this book and it's fucking hilarious already. Like, it opens up talking about this person called a deliverer or a deliberator. I think it's a deliberator. And it sounds fucking crazy. It sounds like this person or this guy or whoever is like the beekeeper. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but it's got that like bald guy actor in it, and he's like, I'm an action guy, and I'm gonna fucking kill you. It's so easy because I'm the beekeeper or whatever. Like, opens up like that, and then you realize that this deliberator is like just delivering pizzas, and that's his whole job. And like, people like go to school for 4 years to learn everything about pizza and also like how to deliver it in under 30 minutes so that the company never has to pay for the pizza, because essentially like you'll get a pizza for free if it's delivered in 31 minutes, for example. So that's pretty awesome. It's already made me laugh out loud. Just some B-roll footage of me in the kiddie pool, just casually. Am I in a kiddie pool right now? Yes. Do I have to talk to you about Snow Crash? Yes. So when I first started reading Snow Crash, I was like, this is lit. I love this book. It doesn't take place in New Jersey. It does take place in California, but they talked about the Jersey Turnpike so much, I was like, it takes place in Jersey, obviously. No, it doesn't. Okay. So anyway, I loved reading the first like 7 chapters, I think. And now I'm on chapter 20, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why do I care? Because like, we've gotten to this point where like the 2 main characters are like working together, but now there's like a ton of side characters like all of the time who like don't really seem like they're gonna matter in the long run. Again, it's the issue of like everybody's just fucking dying. There's like a lot of switching back between the metaverse and like reality, and it's making it very difficult to follow, because like he'll literally, it seems like hero protagonist, the main character, that's his name, will be in the middle of like fighting a bunch of people, and then he'll just like, there will be like some kind of stalemate or something. I still don't really know what happened, and I'm not gonna reread it because the book is like a million pages, but like he'll be in the middle of a fight, and then he'll just like put his metaverse goggles on or whatever, and then just like, we're in a totally different place in time and space, and there's like, reality is like on pause, and I'm like, why is this happening right now? Like, what is going on? And there's just been like a ton, so much set up, and I'm just like tired of it. I'm like, can we please just like, what is really going on here? Like, 1 minute he's in the metaverse, then he's like fighting somebody, then he's like running a concert, I think, and I'm just like, what is happening? Then there's like another character who's like a manager of a pizza place who is like sent on this mission to like go try to hire somebody, but then he like does it wrong, and it's just like, okay, what, too much happening. And I'm like really rooting for this book because I really enjoyed it in the first couple of chapters, but I'm also like on the verge of DNFing it because I really haven't like super enjoyed it for the past like 150 pages, or no, not 150, for the past like 100 pages. And it just sucked because I like really enjoyed the first 100 pages. So I'm like, okay, I'm on page 200 now. I still have like almost 2/3 of this book to go. Like, do I want to continue? Like, is this setup gonna be worth it? You know? So that's how I feel right now. You know, I don't DNF books very often, so I'm gonna really try not to DNF this book. But I don't know, it's kind of not looking, it's not looking funky, it's not looking fresh, you know? Okay, so I look fucking crazy right now. I always start every video or every clip with okay, and I'm tired of it. Anyway, let's talk about Snow Crash real quick. This has been really hard to get through. Simon, I'm sorry. I don't know what you were doing when you suggested me these books. There's gonna have to be 2 parts of this video. essentially. Literally holding this book gives me anxiety. I'm not even halfway through it yet, and the last time I picked it up, I just remember feeling like, damn, I really don't want to read this. Which is like not how you want to feel when you want to pick up a book. And I mean, I will say that this book put me in a reading slump for months. I just didn't want to pick up a book after I started reading this. The thing that saved me from my reading slump was The Art Thief by Michael Finkel. I am going to try to finish this book for the next video. I can't promise that I'm not going to DNF it. I have this to read, and then I have Gideon the Ninth. I'm on page 205, which is the start of chapter 22. It sucks because I really liked this book in the beginning. You saw me say that. But I have to end this video here because there's no way I'm going to finish more than half of this book before this video has to come out. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed seeing my little excursion to Tennessee and some awesome footage of me in a kiddie pool because I liked it. Anyway, yeah, like and subscribe, hit the bell notification, do all the crazy things, hit all of the buttons, okay? I need you guys to put your eyeballs on my YouTube channel. Also, brief life update. Sorry I haven't been posting regularly. I am like kind of sort of losing my job, but kind of not really losing it. So there's just a lot of stuff up in the air right now. Makes it hard for me to film. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye.